Well, fellas, the time has come. It's that night, the best game of the 1990s. It's time for the ultimate throwback. That's right, Regina and Mac, let's go. System update? Is there like a game update or like a Switch update? Because if there's a patch for this game, yeah, I didn't think so. Let's get into it. No, take me back. Thank you. This menu is such a minefield. Just yes or no. Start software? Okay, I think I'm in. Perfect. Oh, this game is like weird audio-wise though, isn't it? I might want to turn this down. Just a little bit. See, I'm scared to like, touch anything because then this scary cube comes down on top of me. Well, off I go. So, if you were here for the last session of Regina and Mac, I am sorry. However, if you weren't, well, you lucked out. Ding dong? Because it went poorly. However, I did say that I wanted to give it one more shot. Because I think I may have wound up skipping a world. And so this is the magic of having the camera being able to go through anything you please. But yeah, I said that I wanted to give it one more shot. Because I accidentally skipped a world that might have given me a new ability. Which would have been the reason why this was as hard as it was. So, I'm gonna take another crack at it. I'm gonna see if I can find the world that I skipped. And if so, then I'll continue along with this until I get to the end. And if not, well, who knows. But this is what we're doing for the next 2 hours, so strap in. You won't just need a strap, you'll need the full harness. There's like a run button, right? Oh! I was like, hold on. Oh, I was doing the Donkey Kong jump. I thought I was physically jumping off of the death water here. Thought something was up with that. Let's go this way. I do appreciate how fast the walking is when you're like just trying to get around the hub, you know? Oh, my right Joy-Con's reconnecting, great. So this was the castle world, right? And I'm going to visit here just for like a split second. This isn't really what I was trying to do at the moment, but sure. Ah, whatever. I already unlocked it. What is there left to do? There's a little jiggy up there too, or whatever you want to call it. But let's see. So if I go into this portal, it says level 5, Fort Blocks. I'm going to leave now because that was the level. That was the entire stream for like 3 hours, and it was a nightmare. However, it might be less of a nightmare if I figure out where it is I'm supposed to go. It's level 4 that I'm trying to find, right? So my controls are being a little janky. I'm just gonna use the Joy-Con puppy grip rather than using them split, because I think that might get a little bit more of the air juice to get through the air. I'm just gonna abandon that switch. I don't know, I get the feeling that it's somewhere over here, but I really don't know. Well, let's see. That's World 3, right? I gotta go find World 3. The place with the music that I really like, and with like the flying. It's possible for this game to get on my good side and for me to like it for what it is, but level 5 was when it got on my bad side. Wait, no, this is level 4 though. Was it level 3 that I skipped? I just want to make sure I've got this clear here, because I'm pretty sure... No, this is level 2. 3rd time's the charm. Yeah, I think I skipped World 3. Which is weird, because 2 and 4 are just kind of right next to each other, huh? So I need to find these little puzzle walls. That's what you do to unlock new stages. Which is great, because now I have all the collectibles from the later worlds to apply to this one. So it begs the question, where the hell do I go? Maybe further down the ice in that direction? I bet that's level 3 over there. Let's try it. No, how would I get over there? With the power of running, perhaps? I gotta get used to these physics as well. It's really interesting, though, having said earlier in my experience with this game, oh wow, this plays like a Roblox platformer, and then actually playing a Roblox platformer right before this that actually controls Miles better. So what do you do? Well, that's for one of those, but that's not what I'm here for. I guess I'll go for it? What's over here? Here, you have your 9 floppies, U64. Now hurry and make way for us to escape this freezing hell! There you go. Enjoy your time on Sunny Block Islands. Oh! Oh, they just opened the way for us! Well, that explains it. I just must not have seen that. This changes things up a little bit now. Hold on. I still gotta, like, unlock this, but there's potential here. There's the portal right there in the base of the island. You can reach the island where the memory tower resides. However, this will not help you in your quest. Besides, I can only bypass security with my full memory. So that means you want 100 floppies to carry us to that small island. It is not exactly my choice, you know. We are off to more accessible areas then. I don't know if this is a weird thing to say, but I actually kind of fucking love how Regina is written. I think she says what we're all thinking. Anyways, I think this is where I want to go. But you can just run up the walls, I guess. It's an interesting method of traversal. This is where I gotta go for the puzzle. Does momentum just appear on contact with ice? There's a run button. So you can move... There's like a little bit of acceleration based on how much you press the stick in terms of like just your speed. I mean, acceleration would assume that you need to get going for a little bit before you reach top speed. I forgot the shape of this dude's face. Amazing. So there's a little bit of that, but there's also a run button. So this is regular top speed. And then this is run button top speed. Some background objects for reference instead of a flat color where you can't tell how fast you're going. So regular speed, and then top speed. Velocity is speed. Acceleration is change in velocity over to... Yeah, I know I had something wrong there. I keep assuming that I'm missing these jumps, because it feels like I'm not supposed to be able to get a second jump out of these. But sometimes you just kind of can. See, this feels like broken slope detection, but they've gone and turned it like into a mechanic. It's kind of interesting. Uh-oh. Whoa! At least I know what I'm doing here. Except on ice, where you slow to a stop, which seems interesting. Yeah, my brain hasn't exactly been able to wrap itself around what happens when you touch ice. I just kind of try to deal with it as you go. It's like driving, but and then somebody cuts your brakes, and you know, just gotta kind of roll with it. No pun intended. But that was level 2. I already beat that one, so we're good to go. There's no need to figure out how it works because it's over. We got out of this freezing hell. It's weird that my brain is just adapting to this more than anything at the moment. Oh, there we go. That was beautiful. Why? Good question. Okay. I think once again my strategy here is going to be to fill every single one of these slots. I still don't know what this puzzle is supposed to be, and I'll be damned if I ever understand it. It's not so bad. What's a couple hundred presses of the A button? Victory is just a few hundred clicks away. Something really interesting from when I was working in VR is that what really kills people in VR is acceleration. That's interesting. I've still never tried VR myself. Gotta wait for that Apple headset, you know? Return of the Mac. Oh, hey, it's Picross. Is this actually Picross? Is that what this is supposed to be? Like, I'm sure if I went like, oh yeah, 2 + 2 and then 4, and then 2 plus 1 is 3, and then 1 plus 2 is 3, and then 2 plus 2 is 4. Like, that would be the puzzle. But I think I will simply do this instead. What if a cat was a robot? Yeah, it is Picross. Picross is fun. I don't even disagree with that. It's just that I would rather not. If you can just do this and win. I think people have pointed it out as Picross every single stream. Well, that's news to me. I guess this is a faster way back, isn't it? People can teleport or abruptly change velocity in VR, and that'll be fine, but acceleration will just destroy your brain. Level 3 block islands! Wow. See, watch this. We gotta find that fucking creature in the ground. Because I bet there's going to be some sort of movement ability that we get here that would have made clearing the castle level a breeze. Boy, this sure is level design, huh? The good news is that, not to call anything, but I think this will be, like, less... What's, like, the audio version of visual? Audiotorially? Sonically? However you put it, less grating. Also, I fucking nailed which way to go to find you. Is it not a shame that you cannot reach the heights of the central island? I imagine the view is spectacular. Well, Mac here does not seem to be particularly good at jumping. All the ledges are just out of reach. Always quick to blame others, I see. Did you spot those dark red platforms, though? Yes, what about them? They can propel you high up. Just jump on one of those platforms and you will jump thrice as high. Sounds simple enough, even for Mac. I suppose you are slacking off some more on this island? You bet. Enjoy your hiking. Guys, this isn't a new ability, this is a platform gimmick. Okay, then. Not sure how I feel about that. But it is content that is not enraging me, and I'm moving through it at a smooth enough pace, so I'll keep going, but I will not forgive another situation like the castle level like that again. Is that just actually how it's supposed to be? I just so immediately gravitated towards that excuse. That, oh, well, I skipped level 3. That sounds like a pretty major thing that I missed out on. That must be the reason why this is so unplayable. If that really isn't the reason, I don't know what else to say to these devs. I'm sorry. You know what they say, where there's slopes. Now, what exactly is going on here? Oh. Oh, it's like moving in and out of the corner. I can go all the way to the corner. God, look at what's going on over there. It's exciting stuff. There should be another ability in this level. 2 koalas? Could it be? The method of getting around between these islands is kind of cool, though. There's like a bunch of different boats that you're taking. If I recall correctly from reading the description on itch, there's an ability for every world and there are 9 worlds. I bet it's a double jump. That's my bet. But I also haven't really seen anything here that like demands a double jump, whereas the castle level definitely did. We'll see, though. We'll see. Also, I don't think running is the way to go for those platforms. Maybe they just count the block, though? It's because your body has hardware for detecting acceleration. Like falling, turning your head, etc. So when the eyes conflict with what your body's telling you, it makes you want to die. Yeah, that's like one of those common, like, not an old wives' tale, but like like a common misconception where it's like, also I already have like half of these little coin thingies. Guys, look at all the rings I'm getting. But it's one of those things where it's like a common misconception, I guess, where people say that you only have 5 senses, you know, sight, touch, taste, smell, sound. But you actually have many more. Like, for example, balance, hunger, thirst, acceleration, stuff like that. I think the number is closer to, like, what, 36? The human body is a crazy thing. Speaking of crazy things, this platform, it's gonna be interesting readjusting to this game's bizarre sense of slope detection. But I'm sure I'll figure it out. I, at one point, had cracked it, so I'm sure I'll re-crack it again. Then again, I don't know if you would describe the castle level as me cracking how this game plays. If anything, that was it cracking me, specifically due to slope detection. Yeah, if you jump too late, you kind of, like, fly off of it at an angle, even if you're not holding that direction. I think, like, knowing where your hands are without, like, looking at them is also, like, another sense. Oh. You little lizard. You little ripper. It's not even that many jumps that you have to clear, it's just... There we go. Oh. That was one of those, I guess? It's not super important, is it? So if I go here... I guess that's for when I get to the top of that island. I don't think there's anything more for me to do while I'm here, though. I gotta use this. Or this. This one seems simpler. There's less going on with this one. Ah, there we go. Now we're cooking. Oh, now it's like a rotating bouncy. Look at that. Level design. I don't know where I'm supposed to bounce up from, but... Do I have to be like on it while it's vertical? Can't really see, but I wouldn't put it past this game to structure it like that. Let's see. Let's try and get a view from up here. I don't see anything up there. Hold on. Uh-oh, I do see anything up there. Yeah, you've definitely got to get on it while it's vertical. Oh, it's another red coin thingy. Alright. There's only like 3 of those per world though, right? So we're already pretty close to calling that a finished mission. Is there more here that I didn't do? I guess so. Wait a second, this game has fucking cylinders?! Absolute mad lads, what'll they think of next? Triangles? I don't think so. Wait, where do I go from here? Ah! I will say I do find these collectibles like a very deeply satisfying, like, ASMR. They like overlap each other. There we go. That's a pagey. I forget what those are called. Like savies? I have no clue. That's gonna take me back to the main island. I don't think I can go backwards through this section. I actually don't think I have any other choice but to take that bridge. Oh, I guess I could have gone there. There's like an underside. Well, what if I die now? I want to be able to like fall on top of some of that stuff down there before moving on. Is there any better way to get to that? Because I don't think I can make that jump. Unless I'm just supposed to do this? No. No way. But wait a second. No, 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 no. Look. I have to get to that island and then... Okay. I get it. This is kind of a fun puzzle. I'm going to ignore all the other things that I was interested in for now. Whoopsie. And focus on getting to that underside first before I, like, forget about it. Because I can see the matrix right now. I know exactly what I need to do to get there. I'm just gonna make it happen. Okay, so I want to get to that island. And I think it's this raft that'll take me, because I can follow the dotted lines. The five senses thing is kind of accurate, but only for, like, specifically external sensory systems. Senses for, like, body orientation, position, and movement are technically, like, internal senses. I see. But even those five are very complex and overlap and do different things. I gotta say, Regina and Mac is, like, weirdly motivating, making me want to work on my project, but it's, like, work time, so I can't right now. Yeah, I don't know, me too. I was watching that, I'm very glad that I took the last night off, because I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a 5th anniversary Undertale concert, and that was, honestly, a magical night. Like, everybody just really came together in their love for that game, you know? It was so cool. Oh no, it's that raft that I want to get to. Whoopsie. Die. But I'm already here again. Okay, so not that raft, but the raft right next to it that goes in the same direction. Gotcha. Like, I'm glad we're all just past the phase of, like, being embarrassed of liking Undertale, or like, oh, Undertale's cringe, I hate their fan base. Nah, Undertale fucking rules. Always has. Like, as soon as that concert finished and everybody was, like, excited, it didn't make me more encouraged necessarily to, like, work on LBA, but I was like, fuck, this makes me want to, like, think about what I want to do after LBA, because I've always had ideas for what I want to do past that, but I've never touched them, but it's like, fuck. I just get really, like, emotional thinking about it. Yeah, oh, it was such a fun night. I'm so glad that was a thing. Regarding Regina and Mac, however, yes, this makes me want to work on LBA 5. Oh, this is a speedy fella, aren't ya? Nice. Yeah, I did say earlier during Pyrite Adventure 2 that I want to show off LBA stuff relatively soon on stream, but I've definitely got a bit more to work on. And for a while, I haven't been able to get Max to work on the soundtrack, but oh, I have to activate this first. I see. But that's finally moving again too. Like, I really feel like people are going to be impressed by what I have to show. I don't want to oversell it too much, though. Because ultimately, it is a fucking Roblox game, and I could use some perspective. Oh, this is a sneaky one! You see the shit that these guys are pulling right now? At Diplodocus Games? Yo, more like Diplodoofus! Oh, that one's brutal. That's cruel. How could it be so cruel, House? I don't don't think this is the way that I went last time, was it? I think it was this way. There we go, and then it was like another layer, that's right, okay. Yeah, this is a tough one to land. Like right up against the wall, and then... Man, that was right up there! That's about as close as a failure as you can make before actually making it, you know? I forgot triple jumping was in this game. Possibly on account of it being completely ineffectual. Okay, I'm gonna take a few phases of like trying to line this up as best I can. I get like stuck in that sometimes too. You see that? Oh, I actually overshot it that time. That's interesting. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch what I'm doing here. Okay. So take a second, take a breather. Just take it easy. Yo, I'm liking these cube numbers right now, if I do say so myself. However, I am not liking the presence of these. Hey, there you go! They figured out triangles! Good for them. Oh, jeez. This is a jump that I can, like, make, right? Yeah, okay. Are these, like, on non-matching cycles? Oh my god. And then if you fall, you have to redo this part. That's a bit mean. I mean, I guess that's just kind of the nature of making... Oh god. That one was my bad. That's kind of the nature of making a 3D structure like this. It's, like, mountain-shaped. Or, like, a mountain that you go in a spiral up. But I'm sure that the folks at Diplodocus Games know all about spirals and mountains, if you get my drift. If you're ever looking to learn about non-Roblox game dev, especially Unity, you can hit me up. Well, Unity is actually what I was thinking of, so yeah, I think I will. I honestly still think I'm a long way from finishing it, you know. Like, the 7 years has not been spent doing nothing. I really think in terms of scale, it's going to blow anything else of its kind out of the water. And not to talk it up too much, of course, but I don't know, I really haven't seen anything that's tried to go for something like that before. And so, like, I think it's cool, and like I'm finally understanding what I'm fucking doing, at least as far as like Lua goes and like my own engine, and I don't know. These things take time. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, there have been a lot of points in development where I've gone back and, like, what do they call it? Redrawing the blackboard? Going back to the drawing board! Redrawing the blackboard! There's a lot of points in development in those 7 years where I'm like, no, this isn't good enough, go back to the drawing board. And I would, like, just redo entire worlds. Like, right now, a big thing that I'm working on at the moment is the 3rd from scratch iteration of World 2. And those have been a lot of points where I've, like, lost development time, where I've, like, put a bunch of time and effort into, like, making this thing. And it's like, well, it's just not good enough. It's fundamentally flawed and the level design makes no sense. So what other choice do you have, really? It's not really something you can tweak. But at the same time, New World 2 is looking fucking sick. So, but I think I'm at the point in development where, like, things are good enough where I can stop doing that and focus on what's there. In which case, things are looking up. Oh! I like how they just make shapes clipping through shapes a core mechanic of the way this game lives and breathes. It's like that one game with the hammer and the cauldron. Oh, getting over it. I never played that myself. I wonder if I should. Speaking of the fact that I haven't like streamed very much lately, there have been like a ton of fucking like streamer bait games that have like come and gone, you know? Haven't touched a single one. We got Fall Guys, that went away. What's the one now? I don't even know what it's called. I know that little about it, but I know that there is such a thing as it. Wait a second. Oh, what is this? It's not a floppy disk. It looks like a pizza. Once your pizza's delivered, have some fun with Miku. It comes with a social camera function. Very cute. Just like Miku. Among Us! That's what I'm thinking of. Thank you. This is not where I'm supposed to be. I gotta loop around. I keep doing that section even though I don't have to. I can just walk past it. It's these bouncy boys that I'm after. You gotta talk your stuff up sometimes. One of my game dev mentors really made a point that one of the best things you can do for your game dev process is speed up your iteration. So going back to the drawing board isn't necessarily a bad thing. See, that's the thing though, is that like, there have been new engines and like I've redone worlds a lot, but like, those aren't things that I did frequently. When I say that I'm like on my third iteration of World 2, I mean, I made an entire, not a single stage, an entire world's worth of content and then scrapped all of it because I thought it wasn't good enough. And to be fair, it wasn't, but like, you know, it's things that I put a lot of time into. And I know that like it's in service of something better, but I know it must be disappointing. Especially because I have had friends be like, Griffin, you keep tearing shit up. It is disappointing. Among Us is big poggers. Speaking of getting over it, my mentor is, I guess, like knows Bennett Foddy. It's a good thing I reread that. I was about to say, is Bennett Foddy? I'm the king. The workers have to obey. Ooh, okay. This is kind of an interesting one. I gotta ring the doorbell. Eh? Oh, that's like a shortcut from the top of the island, yeah? Huh? How do you reach the top of the island from these stairs? Unless there's like bouncy platforms, I don't understand it. Wait, no, that's not a bridge from. That's a bridge too. I gotta get up there now. Also, look at the render distance. I'm just kind of coming in and out over there. Back from hell. Did we get to the Dilf world in this game yet? What do you mean the Dilf world? Also, I know that I said that I didn't want to do any sidetracks from the thing that I was looking at. Wait a second. Never mind. I was about to say, whoops, I didn't do the thing under there. I actually did. I just forgot that I did. So I guess this island is the next one that I want to go to. Yeah, that's why it's best to go back to the drawing board as early as possible. It's interesting that you say hell, Kaijimafu, because I don't know if you were here for this, but Regina said hell. I don't even say... I'm sorry, you guys are getting auto-modded and I'm reading them, but I'm not like un-auto-modding them. Oh, look at this, we're going like through the wall. This is kind of interesting. This game does some cool things with its platform layout, so I'll give them that. Like, there was some weird shit in like that World 1 area where it was like just nonsense in terms of the platforms, but this one's alright. Alright. Wait, but doesn't this mean these is gonna converge right here? Oh, I just barely missed it. Yeah, you gotta write it twice, that's the trick. And then you go here. Cool. Wait, what did that do? What did that do? It pointed the camera down here, but for what? That's concerning. I feel like there's something important that I should be going towards, and the camera's just not looking at it. Is it that? Was that not always there? I just genuinely don't know. Can I see it from here? I guess I don't need to worry about it. I will go this way, I think. Yeah, this is the crazy shit that I kept looking at from afar and being like, oh my god. Yeah, I've almost got all of these now. This world ain't so bad. Here's a good old romp. Silenced for DILF crimes. I will say, I've gained respect for this game in working on my own project. My levels aren't going to nearly be this complicated unless feature creep. Would you call Regina and Max levels complicated? I think it's... This is the part that reminds me of Roblox platformers, is that, especially the older ones, the way it's structured is kind of just like this big empty base plate, and each objective is kind of just like siloed and sitting on its own with no context around it, and you kind of just walk towards it and, you know, make shit happen. Like, I don't know if I would say that that's what my game is, but that's certainly what Regina and Mac is doing right now, so... Oh, I see! There's another platform up there at the top now. Is that what the camera was trying to show me? I didn't get that at all. Or I have to activate that to reach it. Oh, cool. There is like an order of operations involved with reaching some of these areas that is usually not asked of you. Oh shit, that's active now? I can't even see the central island. That's where it goes, which leads up there. Gotcha. So that should be where I go right now then. Because there's no other, like, offshoots from where I am right now. Oh, except for that literal offshoot. Yeah, maybe for my game we'll do like a PlayStation 5 style event where there's like a CGI Griffin coming to announce my own game. And also Ronald Reagan will be in it, but as a boss instead. Okay, this one's kind of shaking it up. I like it. Oh, I'm so close. I love eating the no-no cubes. I'm so hungry. Cool. And this takes me back to the thing that I was kind of curious about earlier. As long as I just want to get to the top at least like one more time to see what I'm capable of here. My shit's gonna be a straight line, a hub, a straight line, and then 6 more straight lines. So what you're going for then is like what? More 3D worldy? In terms of like each level is just like a linear thing with one objective? Because those are cool. My game has those as well, as like side content. And those are fun to make. You can really like play a lot more with like the kind of set pieces you can do and stuff. I think those are fun to make. Nope. I knew right away that I did that too soon. If you want to meet those where they meet, if what just came out of my mouth made sense, you have to do it like right at the last second, just as the last chunk of it is disappearing behind the wall, otherwise it's too soon. I can't wait for someone to extract the models from that game so we can have a Ronald Reagan VTuber! In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Anime boys are the solution to our problem. See, at least this one gives you like 2 cycles. I think I hate doing level design, but I'm not like 100% sure yet. But I'll probably be sure after this project. I actually really like level design. Because I'm so bad at making a moveset and all you can do in my game is run and jump, I think it's really fun to like design lots of like different like platform elements and interactive features that you can just like mess with, you know? Ah. I guess I didn't do that last time, and this was a different switch, I guess. Okay. So I want to get back to the main island is what I need to do right now. Like, level design is game design. What else do you do in a game if not play in levels? Griffin loves that one YouTube video with a thumbnail of Chunky Kong that says bad level design or something. Kajimafu, I wish I knew what you were talking about because that sounds like a video I would hate and love to talk with you about, but I actually don't know what it is. I've only seen the thumbnail of that one Star Wars, not remake, but special edition with like the extra CGI aliens and like the bar singing, photoshopped over the moon of Majora's Mask. So let's see. I want to get to the upper area over there, meaning I have to ride this side. Cool. Oh, the last 3 Nono cubes? The last melon. I can access so many fucking levels with this bad boy. Ah, I see. Anyways, how are you guys doing tonight? Haven't been able to talk to you guys too much about what you've been up to. Pirate Adventure was a very demanding game. Oh, it's one of these. I guess I should have anticipated that, shouldn't I have? In the meantime, I'm gonna go this way instead. Because now, if I fall down over there, then I can just come back around this way. Cool. Yeah, there's like a whole second... Uh-oh. Well, made use of that in short time. I feel like a weird knowledge spirit of esoteric math plus programming language, specifically for graphics and game stuff. Griffin, take a drink of water. Do I sound like shit? I mean, I think that I always do, but... Oh, fuck! Have you even talked about the mouse pads yet? I, like, put it down on top of Keaton's face and like, oh, fuck, this is, like, a thing that is on my desk. So that's been a thing that's been going on for, like, a month or 2 now. When did Paper Mario come out? June? July? I started talking about my wrist issues then, so this has been in the making for a while. But those finally came in. Oh, you know what? Hold up. I have the Etsy link right here. Plug time. Ad break time. We can get to that, by the way, speaking of Twitch. They are available for purchase right now for your wrists. Yeah, they came in, like, yesterday, and I think I, like, underestimated how big a mouse pad is, because you look at the previews and it's like, oh, it's probably, like, the size of a hand, right? The box is fucking enormous. Like, it was, like, the size of a person, if not bigger. You could fit at least 2 of me in the box that contained all the mouse pads. And I only ordered 50. The minimum order that they wanted was 100. But yeah, so that was a thing, and I think that might be the shortest gap of time between me making a horny art thing and my mom finding out about the horny art thing. Because she was... How do you not alert suspicion with a box that big? I was like, she's like, "Oh, Griffin, what'd you order?" Because I never order anything, right? I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing merch." And she got all excited because, you know, I tried to, like, blow it off like I was doing, like, I don't know, like, t-shirts or something. But unfortunately, my poor, proud mom is like, you know, t-shirts can be cool. So she immediately comes and wants to take a look at them. And I heard her, like, approaching, and I was, like, in the middle of, like, taking pictures for the Etsy gallery, and I'm like, flipping it over, like, face down. But of course, the giant box is there. Reach in, grab a handful, it's too late. Today I screwed in 3 light bulbs. How many of you did it take? I meant to ask about your wrist. Here and there. When I said that I was working on World 2, like, I've been pretty easy on myself as far as, like, drawing stuff, even though I've still got, like, a lot of ideas. I think between now, I've actually got a lot of art that I'm sitting on that's, like, fully lined and fully flatted. I just haven't done any of the shading on it, so I think that'll, like, last me quite a while. However, the next art project that I got to embark on is... Keaton's birthday is October 30th, and all of the mouse pads are already a thing that I just did. Like, this was technically, like, a Keat Week thing, though, right? So, even though it's getting around just now, when I did it is different. But, in 2016 and 2018, I did, like, not like a literal Keaton body pillow, but a Keaton on a bed drawing. And I do not get how I do that. The camera makes it hard to see what I'm supposed to do there, but I'm going to keep trying at it. I think I'm just supposed to not do anything and just ride underneath it. We'll see. So for 2016 and 2018, I did those. So I thought for 2020, it would be fun to take another crack at that specific idea. So I think that'll be the only, like, brand new from scratch drawing that I work on. Like, I'm looking at it from this side. Okay, so you ride it, and then you go under, and then you want to be on the far side, and then you jump up. Gotcha. I get it. Just not exactly as easy to see from when you're down here. What? Okay, okay, we're getting somewhere. There better be a switch to, like, make it easy to get back up in case I fuck this up. Okay. Like, look at this! What happens if I fall? This is scary! Oh yeah, my mom has seen some of my porn art before. I don't think she's seen that, but occasionally I've had, like, Keaton lock screens, and I think she literally said to me, "Griffin, you sexualize this man too much." Try Keaton bath bombs next time. I don't think she's seen any of my NSFW. For now. Put your preppy in the bath and sell it as Keaton's hilarious bathwater. See, I've only had this wrist rest for a day, but it's interesting. It's making me kind of reconsider my desk arrangement a little bit, because I don't really have any space. Where it currently stands, the wrist rest is, like, right on the edge of my desk, and if I have, like, room to rest my whole, like, arm on the desk and then put my wrist there, it's actually very comfy. I do like it. But I have to move shit for that to be the case. And there's not, like... I can, like, test out how it feels by doing that, but I can't actually work because there's not enough room on my desk for both my arm and the mouse pad, and, well, I don't have a mouse, I have a trackpad, which is the computer, which means I need room to put that on the desk as well. So, one thing that Apple has is you can get, like, the, like, desktop trackpads, like, separately, like, for Macs. You can do, like, a mouse or a trackpad, you can choose. So I might get one of those. And I think that'll be the best solution, because then I won't have, like... That's another thing with working on, like, the MacBook trackpad, is that, like, that's right at the front of the desk, and I'm kind of coming at it at, like, a 45-degree angle. If I have, like, a separate trackpad and I can separate that and move it to a place where my hand will naturally rest straight out on the desk, that'll probably be nicer, so... We'll see how that pans out. Yes, I want to go here again. Generally, that's what armrests are for. As far as chairs. That, by the way, has not moved at all. Chairs are hard to bite the bullet on! I'll tell you what I need, though. I need some lumbar support. Because I did some driving earlier this week with my aunt, and I'm like, okay, she was like, okay, get yourself acquainted with all these buttons, make sure your seat is, like, you know, good. And there's, like, a separate function for, like, adjusting the lumbar support. I'm like, oh my god, this is what I need now. All I have on my desk is my laptop and a dragon plushie. Let's see, I have my Switch dock, my Wii U gamepad, little, not the charging cradle, but the thing that comes with the deluxe version that's like a stand for it, 6 Joy-Con, my Switch games, a thing that all of that goes on top of, MacBook external display, a bunch of adapters, Pro Controller, a bunch of cables, Wii sensor bar, AirPods, a DSi, another adapter, water bottle, mouse pad, and it's a small desk! This is why I work from bed! Oh, I do like me some Rumble. See, my hope... I'm seeing, like, equipment suggestions again, but, like, my hope was that the mousepad sales would be an avenue to affording that. And I know that there have been some very generous donations that have been made, and those have been great. But, like, the cost of manufacturing versus the cost of... How do I put this? Versus the cost of selling them, because I'm just kind of like looking at what other mousepads sell for. I'm like, okay, this seems fair. That would make me able to very comfortably afford not only chair, but also tablet that I've been trying to get for ages. You know, just... Not just one piece of a healthy workstation, just the whole healthy workstation, and then there's nothing to worry about anymore, so... They just went up the other day, so we'll see where they go, but I'll keep you guys in the loop, I guess. Also, Oh, you can't turn as fast while you're running. So I have to let go of the Y button when I want to make a sharp turn. I get it. Like, if I can just jump straight to tablet, then I probably won't even need to, like, make the expense on a separate trackpad. Hoping I can land this job that I applied for. It'd be in a different field, but it'd be full-time with benefits and, like, around $3 more than what I currently make. That's exciting. Oh, and I'm saying, Themi says that's exciting too, but maybe that's just because it is. What's your, like, break-even threshold if you're comfortable sharing? I guess technically all this information is, like, publicly available. If you were to try and get mousepads made yourself and you talked to manufacturers on Alibaba, I'm trying to think. I'd have to do the math, because it's like all purchases that I made in USD. Do I have my phone on me? I gotta... Where is math? Physically in the room. Okay, it was plugged in. It was plugged in at my bedside. Oh, cool. Fart Furry Lover on DeviantArt favorited Keaton 3D mousepad. There's a fucking calculator app on here. So if I do, and that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I would need to sell 12 to break even, and then everything after that would be profit. But I mean, the poll that I did was like 25 people committing to buy, so I don't know. We'll see if that goes anywhere. The good news, non-mousepad related, is that I'm getting better at this, like, bouncy section. Like, I'm almost there. I'm ready to take another stab at this. And by stab, I mean Mac with a knife. If Keaton was a sexy rabbit man, I would be more eager. How long are you selling them for? I've gotten that question a couple of times. What does how long are you selling them for mean? There's 50 of them. I guess 49 because I'm keeping one. But like, I don't know. As long as it takes to sell all of them. So act now. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like the PlayStation 5 pre-orders are gonna be gone. How many have you sold? 0! I was kind of trying to dance around that part. Griffin, have you considered getting the tablet through not legal means? What does that mean? Like stealing an iPad from somebody on the street? Also, I just made it, so that's kind of cool. Limited supply, buy now. See, if they were flying off the shelves, then I would probably be interested in, like, ordering more. But I somehow I don't get the feeling that that's been the market response, let's say. But it's also only been a day, so I don't know if I want to call it too soon. Honestly, it's been a bit of an experience getting to this point, like the month of getting this ready to go and making these orders is like, fuck, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to like make these expenses? Are people even going to want these? Am I making the wrong choice here? It's a tricky investment to commit to, doing merch for the first time, but, you know, we'll see. Chanting, Apple Heist! Apple Heist! And we all rob Apple! Oh, is that gonna be... Can I work this? Maybe. Oh! Maybe not. I like that it automatically resets, though, when you fall. That's neat. Wait, how do I... I gotta hit the checkpoint on that island, because I'm gonna keep coming back here. Pull it from all storefronts after March 31st! I think people are assuming you're only selling them for a limited time. Well, here's the thing. If you order now, then by the time they ship, you will get them in time for Keaton's birthday. Think about that. If you order later, then you won't. It won't be Keaton's birthday anymore. Oh, Griffin, as someone who sells a lot of collectible tat and guff, what the fuck did you just call me? I can give you a few secrets of the trade. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I've had artist friends who do merch before. This was wrong. But I didn't really ask any of them for advice. I just kind of looked at what they do from afar and then thought, oh, that'd be cool. But I really just kind of set up an Etsy page with very little, I don't know what the word would be, pomp, grandeur. With very little fanfare is what I'm trying to say. You just kind of hope for the best. I heard Android. No, you did not. You did not hear such a thing. Tell you what. Oh, I see what I have to do. Wait, no. That's blocking it. This is a little bit trickier. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. So you need to use the rotating blocks like this? No, that's completely wrong. I'd rather just do this than wait for the ticking, honestly. I mean, judging by the current stock, like, don't worry if you, like, don't feel bad about having to wait if you do want them but just can't right now. That's just kind of the situation for everybody right now. Frankly, it's a terrible time to be launching frivolous merch, you know? Oh shit, look at this. This is something. Well, not anymore. But Reggie, there's more switches. That's how they get you. Oh, Oh, that was so close. Let's just say, for everybody who does want one, I think sooner or later you're gonna be able to get one. I've had people at work who buy like 10 plus vinyl figurines of Batman and Jabberjaw because there's like the allure of getting a rare chase variant of the figure. Griffin, hear me out. An octopus mouse pad. That is scary. Or Sidon. That is hot. I actually was thinking Sidon because, not that you guys would know, but one of the things that I have already lined and in flats and just not shaded is actually a side link thing. Because I've drawn that dude before a lot, because, you know, how could I not? But I don't know, I feel like that character design just never really meshed well with, like, my usual oval eyes art style. So there was a cheerleader link thing that I drew a little while back that I tried to do, like, a little more on model to, like, Breath of the Wild faces. And I actually thought that that was a lot of fun. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of based. Let's do Sidon 2. And so I roughed out Sidon, I lined Sidon. I'm like, wait a second. This is great. So I think there's going to be some cool Sidon stuff on the way. However, I did look up Sidon mouse pads, because I was curious, I will admit. But it turns out those already exist. See, but they're also sold out, so is there a further need in the market for those? Because ultimately, yeah, I get that Keaton is a niche character, but also I thought that 12 out of 50 would be a low threshold to cross. Cass Birdie Brass mouse pad. Now that I have not considered. That could be, oh my god, worth looking into if those exist or not. No, the pads are not his shark dongs. No, there's some great Sidon merch out there, as there should be. There are Sidon sex toys on Etsy. Good! There should be. Good for that seller. Koga mouse pad where the bumps are those giant spike balls he summons. Yeah, not all mouse pads are horny. In my research, I actually saw like a lot of cute ones. Also, hell yeah. Like, I think I saw one with like, that's like blathers and like fossils. I did that, right? That takes you to the top of the island. There's one here that I'm missing, and is it? There it is, over there! I can see it rotating in the distance, so I gotta go this way. His shark butt, then. I was thinking of making an M. Corin butt version, but we'll see. I don't know. I think it's, whether or not it works out, I think it's going to be a while before I see the results of that, good or bad. So I think it's maybe too soon to start talking about merch because, again, the upfront investment is a little bit high. Especially because, now I said that I needed 12, and you can do the math on times 35 Canadian dollars what am I trying to say? Hedge some guesses as to the total cost, but the cost of the shipping versus the cost of the manufacturing is where they really get you. Because the manufacturing is not the expensive part, it's the shipping. Which, I guess now that I understand how physically large those things are, yeah, it makes sense. Oh, is that not all the pages yet? I feel like I've gone everywhere. Should I just like go off and try to find World 6? If I've already abandoned trying to like perfect the castle map, and I still don't have a double jump, then I may as well, right? I don't know, usually it's pretty easy to see any uncollected collectibles floating off on the horizon. Not at the moment. I just saw that Etsy page for the Sidon toy? I'm surprised it's still up. If anything, that should be sold out. Got that. Got that. Just went there. I don't know. It feels like I've been everywhere. I'm sure it's in some nook and or cranny. But I am no longer interested, so I think I will find greater worlds. What if I stay on this? Where is that going to take me? Oh, to the portal, to the hub. Maybe it's on the mountain, but I think I just simply do not care anymore. The lab, Luigi. Try a more popular lord. See, but like, if we're talking about like, oh, just do popular characters and you'll sell better, other popular characters already have merch available of them because they are popular. Like, I'm not even mad about the situation. I think it's a valuable learning experience either way if I want to make maybe less expensive merch in the future, because mouse pads just happen to be high quality, highly customized items, you know? But like, I don't know. Maybe I should have started with fucking acrylics or something. Those are popular these days, right? So it's just a matter of like thinking about it in that sense. Because I'll tell you what, there is no Keaton merch out there. So I saw that, you know, this is something that I'm really passionate about, that I could fit a niche that I could fill, but... It's in low stock, but it's still up. Okay, good to know. Phew. There's still time for me. Yeah, I don't think I need any of this Switch nonsense. I can just get out of here. You could be the first Waluigi pad. There are definitely Waluigi mouse pads. And I say that unfortunately, as a sad fact of life, that is the case. Well, wait a second, this end of the island like comes full circle. So where are the rest of the worlds? Presumably up the island, but how do I get there? These control like the fucking boost pads in Pyrite Adventure. Can I get out, please? What is the puzzle here? It just exists to fuck with you. Oh, I remember. You gotta get behind that wall. Which is completely unrelated to anything else, but you know, jeez. I think it would be cool if there was actually a puzzle based around these things, but there's not, so it's just weird. Professor Egad, then? Wait a second. What is this? There you go, 36 floppies. So how do we cross the water? I will raise some steps for you. Soon, you will long for some water, though. For the great opportunity to bring you more floppies? No thanks. Behind this river lies the desert, so it might be a bit hotter than you would like. Ooh! This is a new hub area. I like what I see. Or King Boo and his ghostly balls. Neon Blue, I already regret having read that out loud. That said, I'm going to assume that you mean the Boo balls from Luigi's Mansion. Can I, like, go up this wall? This looks like a Mario 64 kind of thing, but you just can't go up it. Is it decorative? You know what? Maybe I need a new, never-before-seen ability. Maybe that's the situation. Or I gotta hit this switch. Oh, I wasn't sure if that was what that was for. Makes me think of Boozette. Is it Bowsette or Bowsetta? It's Bowsette. There's Bowletta from Superstar Saga, but that it's very different. One of those is just weird, but fine, and one of those is extremely weird and extremely not fine. I'll leave which is which up to you guys, though. Eh? What is this sequence of events? Oh, that's this sequence of events. Okay, I should be able to do this then. Especially considering that this is all doing it consists of for me. Yeah, Bowletta was a thing before Bowsette, but Boozette is a different thing because that's a sexualized Boo anime girl. And the only time that was valid was when Red Blush did like a cute boy version. But apparently Red Blush just like came back from another hiatus and apparently they're like not doing NSFW anymore. So say goodbye to that. I looked at Boozette because there was a specific piece of art that I actually liked, but now it's all like anime moe blob shit and I hate it. Yup! Nothing about that trend is good. Nothing good can come of it. And honestly, like, I thought that New Super Mario Bros. U was, like, probably one of the better new... Oh, do I have to fill these in, too? No, so what gives? Oh, I had to press X for some reason and not A. Ah, look at that. There's only 3 of Sidon left, Griffin. Time is running out. Like when, okay, so when New Super Mario Bros. U first came out on Wii U, I actually thought it was pretty good relative to the rest of the series. I think 2 is the worst one. But the fucking Super Crown that they added in Deluxe makes me retroactively despise that game. So what did that do? Is that just a... Oh, that's a replacement for this puzzle. Does it do anything else? Why would I need to ever trigger it again? I'm just still so curious about what the hell these walls do. Because it looks like this all leads somewhere, that you would use that technique to get up there, like it has a purpose, but I don't know, I guess not. I can give it a shot one more time. There's a checkpoint here after all, but like the camera even like pulls out a little bit when you get near it. I don't know. We'll go here and we'll see if that's the ability we get in this world. Remember Nabbit. Unfortunately, yes. Nabbit should have had the sex appeal. I'm sorry, dusty blocks? Wow. Look at this low-res sun texture. I can't tell if this is supposed to be part of the appeal or if it just looks like that. For completely unrelated reasons. Can I, like, walk on this? Oh, I guess so. There's my answer. I'm, like, zooming across the whole dusty block desert. This is a fun way to get around, though. I like it. Yeah, this all seems like it's part of some much larger obstacle course that I'm, like, not... Like, I gotta, like, trigger something, right? Because this is just me doing it. What I need to figure out, though, is where this, like, starts. I guess this is the end right there. Like, the door lowers once you hit the goal, but... I guess I just gotta set off on my own adventures. Also, all the floating platforms being pyramids is a little bit funny. I have to imagine that that was intentional in some way. What was? You think they made the Super Crown knowing what people would do with it? I already kind of didn't like it because of what it did to, like, the Mario lore. Like, is Princess Peach herself a species of Toad? If they don't want us asking these questions, then they shouldn't make these holes in the story. The rich, deep narrative of Super Mario. But they did, and now it's up to me to unravel the mystery that they've raveled. Oh, no, I meant the sun. Like, it's just mainly, like, the artifacting around the edges that I'm noticing more than anything. What is casting? Oh, okay. There's like a bunch of stuff above this pyramid that I can't reach yet. I swear I missed a double jump. I don't think Nintendo would ever dare make anything in Mario horny. Explain Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Explain Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Explain Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Explain Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Explain Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Explain Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. You can't. There is no explanation other than they did it on purpose. This is why Alpha Dream went bankrupt. The fucking horny police came for them. Also, they made a bunch of 3DS games that nobody bought. But that's the less important lesson learned. Eh? Oh, that's like a permanent thing. Cool. So you're like slowly unlocking like more pyramids to reach. Oh, that could have been a very dangerous... Well, I guess I got the Switch, so maybe not so much, but still. The slope detection. If you go high up, does the sun skybox go behind a horizon? I've yet to really get that opportunity, really. Like, behind the random wall that they have around the level. Yeah, the skybox is separate from the wall. Oh, that's what this is? Oh my god! Oh. I fucking love the expression on this thing. Whatever emotion this is supposed to read as, I love it. Okay, well I didn't get it that time, but I get the idea now. This place is fucking huge. Thought I glimpsed it earlier. It's hard to explain in text. Oh yeah, also Thousand Year Door. Okay, but now I'm ready. Now I know what I'm doing here. This actually isn't so bad. See, this is a situation where I actually appreciate the camera locking. It's weird for a game like this to take cues from modern Sonic games of all genres. Huh. What do you know? Oh, there's a part 2 to this? Oh, it's combining with the bouncy shit? This is kind of cool! Oh. Why did I just, like, immediately lose speed there for some reason? Is the door back? Oh, you have to do both halves of that. Jesus Christ. I think I'm gonna come back to this one. This appeals to me more. My curiosity is piqued. Oh, I forgot about the red rings. This has the potential to be a pain in the ass as well. It does, after all, immediately follow up the castle level, so if anything, it's probably going to be worse. Also, why is the floor cum? Cum. I guess I better get going. Pizza. Where do I go from here? Oh, I see. This isn't so bad. Yet. There's a thingy right there. What do you know? Cool loop. Cool loop in this game. Really is something going from Jun Sonoi music to this, isn't it? Alright, this is where the pizza was, and then I gotta go back here. What else were we talking about tonight? I feel like I've gone off on so many different tangents. Oh, right! I guess we can talk about the Apple event that happened the other day as well. Because, as always, even though I did a Twitch stream of that, I cannot guarantee how long that'll be able to stay up, even on Twitch, and it's definitely not going up on YouTube. So if you want reactions and thoughts on that, get that while you can. Now that's in limited supply. Oh, cool. I still can't ride this up, but okay. But I can ride this. There we go. Guess that's for later. But yeah, I think that makes me glad that I'm like holding off on tablet stuff for a little while, because that A14 shit, my god. Does that stay open? No, of course it doesn't. Like, they didn't announce any new iPad Pros, which would be the tier that I'd be interested in. But right now, instead of having an A13X, they have an A12Z, which is just the A12X but with an extra core turned on. But now they have the A14 chips in the Air, so I want to wait for A14X and like the next Pro refresh. Because I sense that that is going to have a lot of like longevity for it specifically. Why do they not make those like doable by an increment of a step if they designed the width of the steps? It's like not compatible with its own movement. It's strange to put into words. Apple expensive. There's my thought. Well, see, I'd have to check what the price of the Air used to be, but it's $5.99 now. With like a modern design, which I'm also very happy to see, because like, even though I personally would never buy a lower tier iPad, I just feel bad for people that do, because they should not have been getting away with using that chunky bezel design for as long as they did, and now it's finally upgraded. Although they're still using the first gen pencil on the really, really old iPads, like the very, very bottom tier iPads, like the least expensive, like $300 ones you can get, and that's a little bit sad. But I guess it's good in some sense to see that coming down the line. That part's always so janky. It's scary. And you know what? Who knows? By the time that the A14X comes, like, we're in the midst of, like... Oh, God damn it. This big Intel to Apple Silicon transition as well. I mean, I really don't think they'll ever do this because their philosophy about putting a touchscreen on a Mac is unchanged and unmoving from, no, fuck you. And when they state their reasoning, I guess I can see where they're coming from. I can certainly see their reasoning. But, like, maybe with this chip transition, the MacBook will take on, like, a new form factor. Or at least the Pro will. And then maybe they'll add Apple Pencil support then? I'll at least wait and see. I don't know. There's a lot of changes incoming with those product lines, so it's hard to, like, bite the bullet on anything at the moment, or rather pull the trigger. I guess those mean the same thing, don't they? Guess it really just matters which side of the bullet you're on. Also, wow, I just went flying in one direction. There's gotta be a way to, like, establish a shortcut to get there, though, right? So that you don't have to do the first half over and over and over again? Come to think of it, I guess Mac's feet do kind of like a Sonic Blur kind of thing, don't they? Hey, speaking of Sonic, y'all want to talk about how the Kaisen no Kuru no Ankoru trademark is finally, like, registered and confirmed and ready to go? Yeah, there's no other buttons here to, like, make, like, a little staircase if you want to just redo the second half. You just gotta do both. Because, coincidental, there is a indie, well, not a Nindy, but a partner showcase direct tomorrow. I believe tomorrow morning. So I'll try to do that, but I don't know. I've heard a lot of people being like really excited that Klonoa is definitely gonna be there. I don't know quite yet. I think it would be too soon between the trademark being registered and them announcing it. I think they would give it like at least a month or something. But I'll try to stream it if I can. Cause like sooner or later I've done little streams of those, and I haven't had anything to put up yet because I don't think my reactions have really just been very interesting on account of them just not being very interesting directs. But I always do, just in case, so we won't have to wonder for much longer, you know? Weirdly enough, I think I'm getting the hang of, like, this jank. It's weird. I'm, like, actually adapting to it. This, on the other hand. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. If you do a sidestep and then you go into midair, your sidestep doesn't stop, so you, like, fly off horizontally in a completely unrelated direction. I mean, the solution is just, like, stay on the ground, but it's a little bit, you know, Mach speedy, you might say. In the sense that if you don't do those sections exactly right, exactly perfect in the way they want you to do it, things kind of go off the rails very quickly. In terms of just like the controls and the movement and the physics. Ooh. I can't believe I've done this. Well, no, see, I keep forgetting you have to start from here. I'm like, well, time to go redo the second half, and only the second half, and then here I am. How embarrassing. Okay. That's the tricky part of designing stuff like this, is that it can be really easy to master the first half, but when you have that kind of barrier between retrying the second half and there's not really a checkpoint to it, like the act of like, oh, I didn't get this, let's try again, becomes more like blacking out for like a minute waiting to get to the second half rather than just getting better at the part that you need to get better at. Okay. I got so far last time though, I know I can do it. I guess you have to time those jumps too. It's not just when you're on these platforms, you have to actually be like at the edge of them before you jump, otherwise you just won't make it. I guess is the part that I haven't really been thinking through. That's what's been getting me. in my opinion. Also, is it just me, or is the first platform that I go under there, does it just like have no geometry on the bottom? Or am I seeing that wrong? Let's see. I'm assuming I'll fuck up again, so I'm sure I'll have a chance to point it out. Okay, let's see. So you go through here, right? And there's a little ramp over there. When you go underneath it, yeah, there's no geometry on the bottom. Look at that. There's no underside to that platform. That's really funny. I thought I like did that all the way, but I just like stopped moving before I went through the gate. I try not to touch the analog stick during these sections because if you like so much as nudge it, then you start like you're not parallel with where it wants you to go anymore. And so you'll like just kind of slowly start veering off into the wrong direction, right? But sometimes I guess you like exceed the range of a single boost pad, and then that becomes the problem. Is that you just kind of come to a stop before you want to. Look at that, it just really has no underside. Okay, there we go. Whew. I gotta collect myself. And by collect myself, I mean unslump from this god-awful chair. Oh! I would have had it! I missed the last boost pad, so I lost all my momentum. You really just come to a screeching halt in midair, huh? You just don't carry any of that whatsoever. You gotta like snap out of it and like walk those last few steps over the finish line though, or the door's gonna close right in front of your face, even though you already did it. Well, at least this way I get to get to the pyramid a little bit faster. I don't know. I will say a section like this is especially tricky to do when you're dealing with... This is always, you know... Me blaming this is not a matter of if but when. But yeah, when you're timing the quick steps in like that kind of rapid succession, you like barely get to see the feedback of like what you're doing before it happens, you know? Yeah, I'm just gonna take this one and then veer off in this direction. Try to get as much of a speed boost from that as I can. You ever notice how at certain angles, Regina's wings kind of turn into little Koopa shells? And I guess by Koopa shells, I mean turtle shells, Griffin. Yatta! I'm free! See, like, this is the part that I find interesting is that, like, after the castle thing happened, there were a lot of tedious parts in it, and I said that, like, well, I want to give this at least, like, one more stream. I want to make sure that I go to that other level and find what I'm supposed to. Although that said, I have not seen the koala in this world yet, so that... Look at this! Look at where I went! I just instinctually went to try this again, even though I already beat it. But, like, I completed a whole world, and I enjoyed it enough, you know. So the question is, no longer, Griffin, will you do a 3rd stream, but Griffin, will you do a 4th stream? And that's not an answer that I know if I can answer. Or rather, a question that I know if I can answer. I think I'm going to come back to this stuff. I want to find the koala first. Because you know what? I bet he's going to teach me how to fuck with those walls. And I'm going to say, wow, this is a pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm trying to read these way too early for how quickly they move, or rather, lack thereof. Oh, shit! Okay, those, like, go all the way in, so you can't stay on them. Oops. It helps being able to just fucking trigger the run in midair whenever you please. So, oh, I'm not gonna make this jump? Accelerate, now I will. Not in that instance, of course, though. Yeah, I saw that coming. 100%ed coward. I mean, I am a coward, but no, I will not. Thanks for noticing, though. Certainly not on stream, though. Jesus Christ. Even though you guys are mean to me, I don't know if I could be that mean to you. Ah, that's the trick. That's what you gotta do. Oh, now it's a baby. It's a baby platform. You! I'm going to destroy you. You have no idea. The heat is killing me. I hope your new move is to make water appear. I'm afraid not. However, it might still be useful to get out of this dusty place faster. So another tier of running speed? No, we are done in that regard. You may have noticed that you slide down on all too steep inclines. Yeah, Max seems to have slippery feet. Those great checkered platforms have a slightly magnetic surface though. Using these metal plates on Max's shoes will allow him to run up the magnetic platforms. But be careful, you can only traverse them at running speed. If Mac gets too slow, you will slide. Alright, we will keep that in mind. Ah, wait, no, I don't get it. What? So I'm running at it, and then I jump into it, and then I'm running into it full stop, and then I... Oh. What? What? Oh, no. But... Huh? Oh, I don't think it is. I don't think... There's like a trigger that you have to hit for these sequences to start, because it does the camera thing. And then it's fine. It can just be tough to see where you're going. Whoa. Oh, there's a lot of stuff over here. There's like a whole like town. That's a little bit cool. It's funny that I see this now because the most recent thing that I added to World 2 is a tiny little town. Oh, that's more of a maze, isn't it? Oh no. This is my curse, and by my curse I mean... the curse of having to play this on Nintendo Switch. So sad. Well, let's figure this out right now. Let's work backwards from the goal here, because it looks like there's multiple kind of places to stop here. So right now I'm kind of over there, so I would want to... I mean, this seems kind of self-explanatory, honestly, to just... No. Great. To kind of figure out what I'm doing and where I'm going. Also, I think I just killed the audio. Oh, there it is. Thanks, Switch! Hey. Oh, I was assuming that these doors are going to be easier to toggle, but I don't think they are. And I'm all turned around, so I don't even know where I am relative to the screenshot, so that was very short-lived. I think I just will have to do this blind. I think the trick is just not to rotate the camera. I guess the wall and the transparency helps, but... I'm gonna go this way instead. Didn't even check the screenshot if this helps, but we'll see. Guys, I'm good at mazes. I don't think you have to worry at all. Look at that. Could a maze do that? I don't think so. See, so now we're like a green crisscross, but I don't really get what that means. If that makes sense. Like, am I looking for buttons within the maze to change the doors? Because usually the buttons have been like right next to the doors and it makes sense. And it toggles them at that. Couldn't I just like do this to like get all the way on top of the walls? I bet I could. I bet I could. You can get 2 jumps, but no more, it seems. If you're in a maze, just follow the right wall. What the fuck? Femi, never mind, you're the maze master! Femi, you're the maze master! I picked the wrong time to say I'm good at mazes. Nah, I basically had it figured out. Ah. So now that lets me get to the next section. Back to the maze. I'm gonna keep following the right wall. I will not stray from Femi's sacred word. This is a... What does the maze strategy say about slopes? Oh my god. I can see the fucking matrix. What the fuck? How does that work? That feels like you should not be allowed to do that. You can just do that with all mazes? It, like, makes sense. I thought you were doing that already. No, when I said I'm good at mazes, I just meant that I guess I can, like, intuit where to go. Because it's spatial reasoning, it's figuring out directions and the sort. So I gotta get over there and then presumably navigate back somehow in some sort of horrible, evil obstacle course. What is this? What is that? What does that thing do? Also, does the red kill me? No, that's just a glass wall, I guess. There we go, yeesh. What are you? Huh? What are you? Oh, you're a flight thingy! That's why the walls are here? It's been a while since we've seen those. Uh-oh. But those cancel your flight. I'm sorry, your flight's been canceled. There we go. That wasn't even the right hoop anyways. You ever notice how there's white noise and this ticking noise? You have to like with the grain of the rotation as well, otherwise you're gonna bonk. Oh, rats. Just as I had it too. Wait, what? Wait, what? How am I here now? Do I have to redo the whole thing? No, I unlocked a shortcut. That's right. Or I could do this on the way back. I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. No offense, Regina. It's a shame I can't fucking see while I'm here. Oh, but you can stop running. It doesn't work if the goal is in the center, but yeah. Huh. Uh-oh. Yeah, if you, like, start sliding, there's no way to regain the ability to stick to the wall. So you have to make sure you're jumping to, like, the right spots. And if you don't, you almost have to, like, memorize where you're jumping to. Yeah, okay. There's just only so much you can see on the screen, because these things are so fucking giant. Even that doesn't work? You can't even touch the wall. Oh! But if you approach at an angle, then when the camera zooms out, it'll be at the angle that it zoomed out at. Which helps a little bit in that regard. Maybe I'll just do like straight on like this. We'll see if how that helps. It doesn't give you too much indication of like where the stuff to your right is, but it massively helps in figuring out where to jump to. I thought that when you touch these, it would always lock the camera like perpendicular to the wall. Or I guess parallel to the wall. But I can work with this. Got curious and looked up the right wall maze thing, because I've known it for so long. Apparently it's called the wall follower strategy. It is guaranteed to work for any maze that is simply connected, which is like a mathematical graph term. Basically means no loops. So unless the entrance/exit is in the center, or the maze paths go over/under each other, the right wall strat will work. Wall strats will work. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Oh, but the turning when you're running is also a little bit shitty. So that's, I guess that's why they made stuff like this thicker, to make that easier to navigate. Ugh, that feels a little bit squicky. There we go. I'm figuring it out. I'm learning. Guys, look at me. Look at my jiggies. Okay, I would like to try... I guess now that I'm over on this side, there's like a bunch of more of these pyramid puzzles that I could do. I could retry that flight thing. Speaking of wall running, the thing I submitted for art tonight is relevant. Relevant, you say? Yeah, Femi, you've been sending in, I want to say a couple of times, but I've really been only able to look at it the once. Some platformer stuff of your own. We talked about it a little bit earlier tonight, but it has not been shown directly following a Regina and Max stream. So that's going to be interesting to see the before and after comparisons. There's like a thing that I activated here, right? Yeah, okay. That makes me trying this way easier. I was a little bit worried about having to like redo that maze every time, but it's not even necessary now. And you have a shortcut back to where I can even just like go out this door and then there we go. Halfway done with the maze. It's like right there. Cool. Now that's what I like to see. That, however, is not what I like to see. These ones rotate away from you, so it's tricky. As opposed to ones that would rotate towards you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's like white noise when the ticking plays. Like humming. Like buzzing. Wait, which one is real? Both of them, maybe? Uh-oh. It's gonna be one of these, isn't it? Here, I guess? I don't know. Maybe, I think. This is a little bit fucked up. This is a little bit twisted. They fucking got my goose! I say as a bird. I think I've only posted it to the Discord twice, but I've been trying to update the thread whenever I add something significant. Cool. I think I'm actually, like, I think I got the hang of this. Look at that! One cycled? Nice! Being, like, in sync with the rotation of these, though, is a little bit trickier to nail down. Because when you least expect it, they can get you. I think I'm good for this, though. Oh, not anymore. Ooh! Somehow I made it work, okay. Oh god, where to next, though? Oh, I see. Oh no, 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 no. Oh. Felt good for a little bit. I think the low opacity ring is the next ring. I get that, but sometimes you get like 2 of them and you don't see where the next one appeared, so you have to like look around for a little bit if you don't like remember the sequence. And sometimes, when it's like the 2 that are directly above each other after this first turn, they look the same to me. Usually you can tell the difference, but with these ones I can't for some reason. They look pretty dang close, more than most. Because it's a pure white background, so there's no like distinct shapes which you can see like behind it. There's nothing to see through to. It's like the coins in Yoshi's Island where it's just a slight difference in color and that's the only... got me again. What the fuck? I'm not used to the temporary checkpoints that require, like, a live system. It only works sometimes. It's only a thing some of the time, but not for all the checkpoints. I would simply like to keep trying as many times as necessary, please. There we go. Yeah, this one was more of a problem in, like, the ice world. But every time you die, you get that little, like, Regina and Mac icon, and it starts as green, and then it slowly becomes, like, you know, yellow and red. The more deaths you take, and if it becomes red enough, then it just cancels your checkpoint, and you don't have it anymore, and you get kicked back to the last checkpoint. Which, considering this does not have a live system, is a bit weird. Somehow they found a way. Also, if this is supposed to be a throwback to the classic retro games, how come they don't look like Star Fox rings? Because those had polygons. Also, god, that gets me every time. I never anticipate having to dodge that. But I've got to. And I did at one point. I just gotta actively think about it instead of complain about other things at the moment. Getting the hang of these, though. These ones gave me some trouble first couple of runs. Also, I like how I cast a shadow on the bottomless pit. Honestly, though, I'm just glad that this music isn't, like, on the level of, like, what the castle was. That one was really driving me crazy, especially after 3 hours on just that stage. It's been alright again tonight. Oh, little bit of a better cycle, though. Okay. Where'd you next? Okay. These have got to be the last ones. This is like a straight shot. Eh? There it is. That's got to be the end. Fuck! Whew! That was a tricky one. Like, you could say, but Griffin, the ticking. And I say, but hypothetical chat, the bouncing. From that one room where it's just a bunch of, like, bouncing noises. Now, how would I get up there? If I, in theory, wanted to. Yeah, I guess I would follow it to the source, like, all the way back here on this pyramid, it looks like. I'll take a crack at that for a little bit, see if that's any good. But you can't reach that one either, so you have... How do you get to that? This one's a lot more sequence of eventsy. Like, I know the island one had, like, bridges that you turn on and off, but that was, like, in an open enough space, and there wasn't, like, very much that, like... I guess there was stuff that interlocked with each other, but those interlockings were clear because they were, like, literally dotted lines to show, oh, well, this is related to this. But at the moment, not so much. I guess this is how you get over here, but it's not exactly as obvious. Yeah, I've already been going for a little bit tonight, so I don't think I'm gonna finish this world tonight, because there's just a lot of tricky challenges with which to overcome. But I think I want to get to, like, 5 savies. And then I'll call it a night. And there's certainly a lot to choose from, so we'll see what I can find. I mean, this one's, like, literally right here. This one seems really easy as far as these rotating pyramid puzzles go, but, you know. We've seen by now how the slope detection in this game likes to behave, so it's a toss-up. Between how long even just one savey will take. Also, fuck! I think it's smarter to get onto, like, the taller bit of the pyramid. Or rather, the wider. Basically, the base. I'm sorry. This is Curse that saying that reminded me of that. I don't know if Neon Blue is here anymore, but when you say Sidon sex toy, does that mean that there's, like, 2 of them? It just occurred to me, what the fuck does that mean? But I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh, I see. Wait a second, no I don't. I thought this was going to be quite an obvious path to the top, and yet it is not. Oh, that's why. I thought you were a separate mission, but you are not. Is that on a timer, or... Oh, you have to solve, like, multiple challenges to, like, make all the stairs on that one show up. It's kind of interesting that it seems the moving objects with multiple primitives like this pyramid are 3 separate moving objects rather than one single one. Yeah, I noticed the 3 rails, because they had their centers line up. I noticed that, too. So I guess I would go here? Is it like a seesaw? Oh shit, it's this is what it is. Why did I stay on the lower step that time? Did that make a shortcut, by the way, for me to, like, get back up onto this pyramid, or... It added this 3rd step is what it did, but I don't know if that really helps me do that mission any faster if I happen to fall. I guess it's easier to mount those now. Yeah, no, this doesn't do anything for me. Not yet, at least. Yeah, there we go. This confused me because it was the color of a moving platform in this area. It is a single toy, then there are 3 of it left. Well, if it's supposed to be Sidon, then why isn't it 2? What's the fucking point if not? And then you go on the other side of it. That's kind of clever. That's fun. Why did I take damage from that? What was that noise? Oh, I had it. That was it right there. Man. I feel like I'm getting the hang of these moving pyramids, though. They're certainly trickier platforms than I'm used to as far as Regina and Mac goes, but I'm figuring it out. Which is good, because there's a lot of these to get used to. See, if they made the pyramid into like one object, then it would no longer be a cube, and these developers don't know how to make things that are not cubes. Except Mac and Regina, I guess. But even they're pretty geometrically basic. Oh! That hurts. I didn't make it. Well, you brought it to me, so I am here to kill the messenger. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Didn't you say you oversized most of the pads and it cost more than you expected? It cost more than I expected because of the shipping. The size that they are is the size they're supposed to be. I just haven't really seen a booby mouse pad in person before, so it just happened. I was like taken aback when I saw it. The price is what I expected in terms of the manufacturing cost. It was the shipping that surprised me. But there's no button there, so do I just have to use that to jump? Yeah, and then that's the final step right there. Okay. Would be nice to have a button, so I could just climb back onto this pyramid, but you know, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but... It is not fine. I gotta go over here. No! I gotta get out of here. I actually looked up that scene of Matthew Broderick in the live-action Inspector Gadget, and I feel like I don't do that justice when I say that line. Because between no and I gotta get out of here, there's like this bizarre, like, cartoon teeth chattering sound effect that he does, and it kind of wiggles his jaw a little bit to try and go along with it. It's like, it's so fucking weird. Like, far weirder than I could possibly do justice, you know what I mean? I could not replicate that without shattering my teeth. I think I just learned a bit too much about Sidon's hypothetical anatomy. Femi, what does that mean? First of all, there's no such thing as too much, and second, how? I'd say that there are two of them is the popular consensus, and it is base. It's true, and they should say it. Oh, you mean you researched, like, real shark? The, functionality of the pair. The fish/shark equivalent of a knot. Oh, you mean the claspers. Yeah, we don't talk about the claspers. We just kind of ignore that part. Oh, hey, what do you know? Oh, that makes that appear? Maybe one more. I think it would be maybe a little bit of a unfortunate occurrence if... Oh yeah, the claspers was like the last thing I said tonight, so... New topics, new topics. Well, hey, Super Mario 3D All-Stars comes out tomorrow. Is anybody getting that? I've heard there's been, like, a lot of controversy about it. But I think the fun part to me is that, like, it's weird. Even though these are all games that I've already played before, I've been trying, like, not to spoil myself on what the changes everybody is upset about, what those changes are. So I'm gonna wind up going in surprised by them, and I think that'll be interesting. Especially because I haven't yet streamed Mario 64, and I would very much like to. Yeah, I just gotta take this one slow and steady. Not that I'm asking chat to tell me what those changes are right now, but... yeah, the claspers. Like, is there something that I'm doing out of order that would have made a step appear on that pyramid, I wonder? I want to play Galaxy again really badly, and I really like 64, but I don't really want to rebuy them. Yeah, I think stuff like this makes me miss the Virtual Console more than ever. Because what I did wind up hearing is that they're all emulated, like they didn't get ported, which means... I don't know if this is like, if you could hack them to like emulate any game, because it sounds like a lot of the changes were like custom made for those games. I'm sure hackers will find a way, but like if we still had the Virtual Console method instead of whatever you want to call this, we would have these games anyways, and they would just be $10 each. I was talking about this a couple of nights ago, how I like looked into the Wii U eShop for the first time in a long time. And like the crazy good deals you can get on games there. But it sucks because like Nintendo of Europe fucked up those games so badly because they all have that darkening filter that just visually destroys those games. I was actually planning just earlier today to be like, you know, if this deconfirms the N64 library being a part of Switch Online, because I kept predicting that that's what we were going to get this September, but, you know, we're like halfway through the month. If we were getting it, they would have said it by now. So I was actually planning on canceling my Switch Online for the year, because I'm like, I'm probably, like, realistically... what online games are there to play? Because I don't play Splatoon anymore, I don't play Smash anymore, and the NES SNES library is no longer a value add if they never update it. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I guess I'll cancel it. But just as I had that thought, got a little notification I watched from PayPal that my year-long payment has automatically been renewed. Yeah, I guess that there's the problem of, like, they having to go back for Galaxy and, like, making the Wiimote controls work in a different way and tweaking a bunch of things, but at the same time, during the Virtual Console games, you know what else they did that for? Fucking Duck Hunt! They didn't have to, like, grapple with the problem of, oh no, but the Zapper, what are we gonna do? They just added Wiimote support, and it was part of the Virtual Console, and it worked. They didn't make it part of a collection, they didn't make it part of a limited anniversary release, they just tweaked that one thing, and they released it on its own, and early in the console's life cycle. Like, not even comparing the Switch to the Wii U, how long was the Wii U out before we got Mario 64? And you know what, you can even get Galaxy and Galaxy 2 on the Wii U! So, the excuses are, it's crazy. What the fuck did that just do? I'm just here to go up this ramp, my friend. I'm not here to... with this purple pyramid nonsense. Like this... this just doesn't have to be the way things are. And they weren't! This being shitty is a new thing! Traditionally, Nintendo's making their old legacy content, that whole thing, they've been good with that. The Wii and Wii U were great, but they've dropped the ball so fucking hard. Like, not only I could see how not everybody would like them pivoting to a subscription service. But if they did that right in theory, I would be on board. But they can't even commit to that. It's not even that they're just approaching it with a different strategy, it's just that there is no strategy. And frankly, I think, I'm gonna be honest, I would probably spend more money on the eShop if they just sold the game separately. Because right now I'm doing that annual payment for Switch Online, which, hey, theoretically better for the consumer, should be great. But I'm just getting, instead of like getting the games that I would have bought as part of a subscription instead, I'm just not getting them at all. So what is the point? How am I supposed to get up here anyways? Once, like, let's figure this out. Once I get here, what is it that I do? Is there a stair on that side? But there's not stairs on all sides, so you have to, like, what, reascend that entire thing? Yeah, it doesn't make any new stairs. Wait, yeah, maybe it does. There's one on that side and there's one on this side. There would have to be this step that's missing. Oh no, it does work. Okay, so all you have to do is get to the pyramid. That's doable, actually. I can live with that. Like, I complain as much as I do, and like, it's too late for me, because I preloaded it, it's ready to go. Glance is ashamed at my home screen, but start software, there we go. I can like re-hit that button to reset the timer though, right? Because no other button turns pink like that. I'm assuming that that's what that means. Okay, there we go. So, like, it's too late for me. Because I already bought it, but, like, I would have also bought it if it was better. So I just wish it was better. Again, not knowing what those changes are, but I assume I'm gonna be bummed out by them a little bit. Well, there we go, I did it. I'm here. Here is the crap. See, this is why the timer ticks for so long, is that the rotations of this make it tricky to, like, get to the other side of each bit. And also, that can happen, I guess. You just gotta jump around the points like that? Oh my god! Wait, oh no, no! This is so hard! And they stopped. No more. Bye-bye. All gone. That's a lot harder than it looks. And that's it? The stairs are gone now, or do they remain? Yeah, that one's gone. Fuck, but it feels so doable, though. Are there any other, like, easy ones? Let me do the second half of the maze. That sounds like one that I could get. I still want to get one. I did see that, apparently people have already, like, hacked it and got the files, which I guess is how we know that there are things to be angry about in the first place. Potentially, they're adding stuff like Kirby 64 and Paper Mario. It's in the same way that the code... Like, they left the library for the SNES Switch Online stuff in the NES app. Apparently there's some code that suggests a library for N64 games in general in the Mario 64 thing. Something like that. I just don't know. Like, they just won't tell us, and I'm sure there's going to be caveats with that too. And here's the thing. If they just released Mario 64 on Virtual Console and called it a day, I don't think people would be mad about things like it only running in 4x3 instead of 16x9. It's like, oh, well, if it's just an emulation, and I'm only paying $10 for it, then sure. But I think there's, like, I'm going to do the right side of the wall trick again. In the current, like, remake, remaster culture that we're in, people, like, expect a little bit more from collections like that. So it's a little bit of a shame. The walk back for some of these challenges is worse than fucking Hollow Knight. I swear to God, I'm glad that I'm not the only one being driven mad by the tedium of that. But like, it looks like there's cool shit over there, so I want to know what the hell it is. I'm assuming I have to hit the buttons, and then that'll like open the way to like the other part of the maze that I'm supposed to get to. So I guess it's a maze that really has 2 exits if you think about it. What's all this then? Wall tricks will work. Okay. Oh. Femi, I'm going right. I'm a little scared. I'm a little turned around. I don't know what I'm doing. Huh. I couldn't even find that. Oh, never mind. I found it. All is well. I wish IP didn't work the way it does today, because then we could just like have open source actual ass ports rather than relying on companies doing a shitty job emulating. Yeah, it's weird. The whole decompiled Mario 64 PC port. Not that that's ever something that I would do, because I just hate playing on PC, and I think a lot of times stuff like that makes compromises that just like aren't for me. Like, it is just embarrassing though, right? That there's like just a better version of the game that like isn't the official Nintendo version. Like it's not even the best way to play anymore. If you're just looking for like technical fidelity, because that game, the PC one does do 16:9, and it does do higher resolution and 60 FPS, but I don't trust. After seeing the hack job that people did on stuff like Sunshine, I don't trust 60 FPS hacks. Because what Nintendo did to Sunshine, again, I haven't heard otherwise yet, but they did exactly what they needed to, and no more. Because I've also heard complaints, but it's not 60, Nintendo! And I'm like, no, I think I would prefer that. Because I know for Sunshine, I've seen hacks that have been around for that for a very long time. Where it's been like, wow, I can finally play in 16:9. Wow, I can finally play in HD. Wow, HD texture pack. And it looks awful. It mangles the game. There's like weird shit going on in the corners 100% of the time. It just glitches and crashes and like the audio breaks. It's just a mess. So it's nice to have a version that doesn't have that shit anymore, but like, it'd be nice to not have to choose, for there to just be like, okay, what's the best way to play? Natively, on the right hardware, this is the way to go. With all the best technical features, this is the way to go. The controls the best, this is the way to go. With all the content, this is the way to go. You know? But it's not all in one place yet, and this would have been such a perfect opportunity to, like, do that. I'm trying to, like, just get out of the maze at this point. I think this is a mistake. But even then, I'm having tricky trouble managing. That's just, like, how shit works and should work. I wouldn't say it's embarrassing. I don't know. I mean, I think when you're doing something as simple as porting a game and people are this mad about it, that's embarrassing. Because at the end of the day, they're fucking great games, and it should be a slam dunk for them. It's like, oh yeah, these games are masterpieces, I can't wait to replay them. But instead, it's just like this shit show. Gamers are having a meltdown over this, you know? And, like, gamers will have a meltdown over everything, but it doesn't gotta be like that. Anyways, fuck the maze. Pyramids are better. I've decided. There's that door, right? No, the way I came from here is via the wing part, but I'll do this instead, I think. Yeah, fucking Disney. It's just weird because they used to be better about this, and now they're just not. Honestly, I wonder how much of that still has to do with Iwata not being around anymore, because I know the Switch hardware was his idea, but you know what else was his idea? The Virtual Console! The Virtual Console was his baby! He was the one who came up with the idea and, like, not invented it, but introduced it with the Wii and, like, explained his philosophies with it and, like, how important it was to make legacy content available. And, like, yeah, dumb corporate shit happened under Iwata, but, like, I don't know. I don't think he would do this. Oh, it's a bouncy pyramid. Interesting. Because let's be honest, like, we don't know a fucking thing about Shuntaro Furukawa. We didn't know anything about... I was gonna say Kamiya. Who was the dude who became president right after Satoru Iwata died, but, like, only for a year? I don't know. That worries me, honestly, is that, like... I don't think anytime soon, but, like, following Iwata, it is an inevitability that, like... Nintendo was built on the backs of people who just really fucking cared about what they did and made really good shit. And, you know, it's gotta happen. It's a sad fact to face, but, you know, they're not gonna be around forever. And I think it would be really sad if, like, people who didn't care, a lot of people who didn't care, took the reins instead, and, you know, this just became the new normal. Not just for, like, little corporate, like, I don't know what to call them. Little, like, asterisks attached to everything. Like, oh wow, I can't wait to enjoy this. But there's, like, this weird thing that, like, makes it just a little bit worse and it sucks. I think when that comes, I think we're going to see a lot more of those asterisks and not less. That's my fear. Because let's be honest, even looking at Iwata's resume, dude's just got an impressive skill set. I think even if they wanted somebody who cared, they wouldn't be able to find someone. And I don't mean to get, like, too doom and gloom, because, like, I think, honestly, these people are also aware of this, and they're, like, kind of, like, you know, like, Koizumi is, like, Miyamoto's protege, and, like, Koji Kondo's moved on, but there's, like, a great music team that's there now. The music director of Breath of the Wild is a brilliant woman. She did a fucking amazing job with that soundtrack, so it's, like, there's still really talented people at that company who are, like, ready to take the reins, and basically already have. Miyamoto's really just, what's his title? A creative fellow? He kind of just gives input on shit when people ask for it. But I think if you, like, look at the role of somebody, like, as a corporate president, it's like, how could you not do the shittiest thing possible, because that's what you're, like, fiscally obligated to do. But I don't think anybody but Iwata would do shit like, yeah, I'm not gonna fire any of my workers, I'm gonna cut my own salary to increase morale, because I don't want, we're already in a tough time, and I don't want my workers to have the fear of being fired over their heads. I just want us to make sure we're all making great games. Like, that's just literally what he did and said! That shit's never gonna happen again! Because it's not just having people who cared in terms of making the games. Having somebody who cared in the role that Iwata had was like, fuck, man. Like, that dude was already beloved, but, like, in terms of, like, the shit that he was holding back, we really had no idea until he was gone, huh? Speaking of, I feel like I asked this during a stream way back, but, oh, I feel bad that I'm forgetting the Earthbound guy's name. You know who I'm talking about. I was going to say Mr. Saturn, as if Mr. Saturn made Earthbound. Shigesato Itoi! Him. After Iwata's death, he, like, wrote a book about that. And I know that it's getting, like, localized and published, but I forget when. I feel like we should, that's a fact that's, like, out there that we should know by now, right? I want to say 2021, but I'm not sure. I don't know what it is. And another thing, too, though, is, like, even though, like, a lot of the creators who are making so many of these series great, you know, Masahiro Sakurai, I mean, the Paper Mario team is arguable, but, like, in interviews when he talks about, like, Sakurai, by the way, when he talks about, like, the roster for Smash, he's like, oh yeah, Nintendo told me the characters that I can include, and I have to pick them from a list that corporate signs off on. And, like, you look at the Paper Mario director, and they're like, oh yeah, the Mario IP team doesn't let us, like, do new characters anymore because it has to, like, be Toads. Like, even at that level, there's just, like, such weird control exerted. And I guess that was a thing that kind of existed under, like, Iwata, because that was Sticker Star and he was still around, but from what I understand, the reason they pivoted from the 1,000 Year Door in the first place with Sticker Star was because that was Miyamoto, and then for Color Splash and Origami King, he had literally zero involvement. Like, to me, it sounds like his recommendation to the developers at the time was, don't make the same thing again, which, yeah, makes sense. But now it sounds like the order that they're being given from on high is, don't do anything new, you know? I know I said that I wanted to get one more, and I successfully did get one more, but this one just feels like really easy to do, so. You know, it's just these. I said that I was good at these earlier, so now I gotta put my lizard where my mouth is. That one's... I'm trying to figure out what the right rotation is to choose when to make the jump. Because with a lot of these other ones, it's like, oh yeah, this is like the most obvious opening to board. But with this one, not quite. Not quite. Caring about games is unfortunately not enough when the structure of the group making the games is inherently bad, i.e. relying on having the right person on the top. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is that, like, I'm saying that we lucked into it, and that I don't think that'll happen again. Because of the way that is, Femi, yeah. Which is why I'm so glad so many indie studios are or are becoming co-ops. Yeah, I know the studio who did Night in the Woods. I follow that dude on Twitter. And I know he went on to make his studio a co-op. Hopefully it will lead to less shit with, like, Lab Zero recently, where the CEO / chief shareholder was just a racist shithead and serial sexual harasser, and people just made space for him because that's how the company was structured. Scott Benson is that the at Bombs Fall Night in the Woods guy that I'm thinking of, or is that the shithead? I would like to be very careful so as to not make that mistake. He has a good thread for his kittens. I also liked, I don't know if this is like still a thing, but for a while he was like doing a thread on like remodeling this really, really old house. And I found that very satisfying to like keep updated on. Snickers. Shithead, I don't remember the name. Okay, so Scott Benson's the alright guy. Speaking of Scots, hi, I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Speaking of Scots and pizza, can we talk about the Five Nights at Freddy's shit that happened recently? Like, I don't even care about that IP very much, but it's just one of those situations where I'm like, man, good for that guy, you know? Dude totally deserves it. I'm so glad. Apparently, though, what I did not know at the time that that was announced, that's the 9th Five Nights at Freddy's? I had no clue. The first one's on Switch, though, right? I know I said that I was going to do it last Halloween, but I guess it like got delayed or something, and it came out like in some other time between last Halloween and this Halloween, so I guess I'm not able to weasel out of it anymore. I'm not prepared though, because that's like exactly the kind of shit that's gonna get my goose, you know? The shithead was Mike Z. Okay. I follow a few artists slash developers who quit the company because he wouldn't step down after all the shit. Like he said racist shit related to the George Floyd stuff, then people came forward with other accusations. Yeah, I've read up on that situation myself, and I don't really know enough about the games or the guy. Apparently, like, the rights of their games, like, the whole company's, like, in the shitter now, right? Because he wouldn't step down and literally everybody at the company quit. So that's just, like, it. It's just dead now. I never really got into Five Nights at Freddy's, but I really respect how much effort the person puts into, like, their secrets. Yeah, they're just, like, a really nice guy with, like, the fan base and, like, the fan games, and they're just, like, come off as, like, a really humble guy and, like, you know? Whatever the inverse Phil Fish is, I guess. Yeah, it's like dead. Fuck, man. Oh. Hey, G, can you make you a sandwich? No. See, sometimes I feel like I have difficulty recreating the specific tone of just, like, lifelessness that I want to put into Jeffrey's voice when I say, no. No. But I think if any game can put me in the right mindset to really put myself in Jeffrey's shoes, this is it. Hey, G, can you get me this this savey real quick? No. And then I am Carlton flipping a table. No more hugs, Will. Apparently some employees were trying to organize within the company beforehand, so hopefully these people will get together and do some more cool stuff. This is a hyper-specific memory, but I remember watching a panel that one of the artists did, because that's the studio that did, like, Skullgirls, right? And she did a panel on, like, oh yeah, these are the animations that I did, and this is how I got the jiggle physics on the boob girls and Skullgirls. And then I think at that point, my brain just kind of glossed over, and I said, I don't think that these games are for me. Yeah, Skullgirls and Indivisible. Did their second game even come out? And was it good if so? Skullgirl's animation is, like, fantastic. You know what I mean, though. Just, like, the nature of what Skullgirls is. In the sense that that shit is, like, for an audience, and I speak very slowly to make sure that my point is clear that I am not that audience. Also, I didn't even, like, it didn't even occur to me that there were more pyramids to jump to after this one. My god. I believe it released in 2019 and is well liked. Fighting games? No, I mean the big, bouncy, sexy girl boobs! Not for me! Now, if they made a Skull Boys, now Tane I can get into. Can't I just, like, walk? No, I guess these gates are still up, even though I already got the savey. I guess they're just called floppies, aren't they? That's really funny that I called them savies, because I looked at those icons, these collectibles, and like, oh yeah, that's the save icon. And I just didn't process it that they, oh yeah, those are just called floppy disks. I'm the kind of person to make fun of people who says shit like that. And I just did it! No, I hear it's like an actual fighting game, like there's nothing wrong with it in that sense. But if that were the case, I would be playing many fighting games. Like, for a fighting game that has an amazing tutorial, I really can't read chat and walk along these long things. It has an amazing tutorial and detailed breakdown of the fighting game mechanics, which was, like, unique for it when it came out. Yeah, it's weird that, like, I remember when Smash Ultimate first came out, there were a lot of people like, yeah, how do I play? The game doesn't tell you. It's like, oh yeah, wait on the title screen for, like, 3 minutes and then it'll tell you. It's like, there should be a better way to do this. Maybe, one might say, a story mode with a subspace emissary. That would be a perfect place for it, I think. I really do not get when to jump to this one. It makes no sense to me. I guess now? No. But yeah, also girls. But wait a second, aren't these pyramids merged into one object? Because now they are rotating around a different point. They would be rotating around the middle cube's rotation. So I guess never mind, they proved me wrong. They finally made something other than a square! The worst part of that one is that I got the height. I was just like off-center from the tip of the tippy-toppiest cube. Okay, I gotta, like... That's basically the toughest part. There's more stairs once you clear that first section. So at least you get the checkpoint of, like, staying on top of everything. You know, unless you fall down and you're trying to walk back down to the stairs and you just accidentally walk off and then you have to repeat the section. There we go. That's pretty good. Why am I like just fucking pachinko physics with these slopes? I complained about this in detail last time. Uh-huh. Oh, you're not telling me I had to make, like, one more bit up the staircase to have made that, right? No, there is no stair on this upper thing. So how are you supposed to get up from there? That doesn't make a lick of sense. Wait, what? There's this thing that's like rotating around the outside, but... You have to stay on top of that last one until that comes by, and then you can get on top. But then what? If you fall off of that, you just have to come all the way back down? So there is no checkpoint, there is no recovery. Well, down I go. It's possible, but they could also do it as separate objects in a much more complicated way. Like, if they offset the cubes from the center, that they'd all still be separate, but rotate as one, like with the tracks from before. I guess so, huh? There's a surprising number of ways to do things more complicated than the simple approach. A lot of software engineering is just learning the simple approaches to shit. Yo, at least triple jumps, though. I mean, I already got to the top. I mean, that floppy's technically may as well be as good as mine. I think I kind of nailed it. So I think this is, I'm gonna come up with maybe my last try whether or not I get it or not, because, you know, it's just... maybe past my bedtime. Because I got a direct to catch tomorrow, you guys. I got a Klonoa. I gotta save my vocal cords. Don't do this to me. Well, that was Regina and Mac. Good night. Except not really, because there is art and also an outro to do. That was Regina and Mac. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, I'm sorry, I'm gonna take a sip. It's been a while. In the dusty desert. It's like Regina begging for the water. Okay, if you enjoyed what you saw, you can follow me right here on Twitch or on YouTube at The Full Galaxy, where the VODs are, plus highlights and more. I guess if you're watching the VODs, it would be right here on YouTube. But you can also subscribe to me here on Twitch if you particularly enjoy the stream. Yeah, I think it saves after every floppy, doesn't it? It better. I'm just going to reopen this real quick. While I ponder that, you can also follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Pillowfort, and Discord. There is a Discord server with all sorts of channels for you guys to hang out on, both on and off stream. Is that the number of floppies that I'm at? Overworld the lab. And if any of that interests you, then you can... I never know how to get out of this place. Like, is it this? No, that's Blocky Swamp. Oh, the memories. If any of that interests you, you can find the links to it in the Twitch cards below if you're watching this live, or in the YouTube description if you're watching the VODs. This is how you get out of here. Okay. This is good. I could use a good, you know, jog my memory as to how to get to these new areas. Like, the desert's right here, right? I mean, the floppy symbol on the floor is gone. Oh, I can do this now. I'm gonna save that for later. I just want to go in here and see if all my stuff is there. If all this is already available, though, I don't see why what's on the other side wouldn't be. I assume that it just saves whenever you get one. Yep. 6 floppies. That's about right. Alright. That said, speaking of Discord, there is art. Speaking of platformers, there is art. Speaking of Femi, there is art. Speaking of... I think I already said Discord. But I am opening it, and I am making my way to the art gallery. And I'm... Ooh! Yeah, that one, you know. Oh, yeah. And... Alright, let me pop this into a full screen window, and let's see what Femi has been up to in their own platforming endeavors. Also, I really like that Roblox is still open. Great. Okay, Which one was like the last one that I looked at? I guess all this is new. I'm gonna zoom in on this a little bit. Added dashing. Gotta play these. Oh, I like what you're doing with the particle effect. So there's like a big like circle, like a ring of like smoke puff. That's good. Also, very basic camera collision. If there's more that I miss that you want me to scroll back up to find, just let me know. Well, see, already you've outdone Regina and Mac. Boy, that game's strategy really is just to have everything become transparent. But look at that, then you have smaller objects like this that you can go behind. So it kind of picks when you're like too obstructed. So it's not constantly like jittering in and out. I like that. Added targeting and target lock-on. Lock-on also changes the camera mode from player control to calculated based on the relative positions of the player and the target. No way. No way. What? Whoa! This is cool. At first I thought they were homing attacks, but this is like very elegant targeting. I think there was the leg animation thing. I'm pretty sure I saw that during VeggieTales, but I can go back up just in case. I'm just gonna wait for this to do its thing though, because this is cool. Look at that. And you know what? Cool icon for targeting too. Graphic design is my passion. Okay. I think I get the idea though. Okay. Added wall sliding and wall jumps. This is initialized when wall contact is made in the air, then checked by raycast to maintain the What the fuck? Jumping is the same as before, but at an angle off the wall. I am still waiting for a platformer that does a good job of this. Because Sonic Lost World like made a promise of it, but then like shit the bed on actual execution. The wall running looks like kind of fun. You can like slide down like that. You can turn around mid-slide. This is like thought out. I like this. Bird. Show this thread. There's more? Oh, okay. The wall slide plus jump is currently the last planned movement mechanic, but what comes next is a lot more interesting / exciting / intimidating IMO. Oh, I gotta give that a like. And with that, that's the art. Oh, you redid the leg animation. I know dashing. Oh yeah, there's more here. Oh boy, there's a... Oh yeah, I left likes on every single one of these, so this is like the new stuff. I decided to try a more conventional approach, using keyframes for animation. Began by defining keyframes as object positions where the foot would be at different times and interpolating between them. This interpolation would use Bezier curves to create a smooth and curved motion. Bezier curve is a parametric... Yeah, I know what that is. This type of curve was used to make the upwards motion of the previous footstepper, where the start and the end positions were the endpoints, and the third control point was defined between and above them to create the upwards arc. These curves can also get pretty complex with an arbitrary number of control points. This is fucking nuts. I like this. Connecting more than 2 key positions can be accomplished by chaining these curves. This is done by setting the end of one curve as the start of another, forming a longer spline curve. Yo, we Adobe Illustrator? Additional constraints can make this curve continuous in higher degrees. As an example, velocity is continuous in addition to position, making it smooth. The start and end of this curve can be the same, making it a loop. I set up a script to run in the editor to create / edit these curves. Holy shit! The entire curve can be controlled programmatically to maintain a certain rotation or scale to keep contact with the ground. What the fuck? My brain! See, whoa! Look at it adapt to those slopes! I mean, I've heard a lot about procedural animation as, like, the future over, like, the next little while, but this is, like, on a whole other level. Look at that! That is so cool! These curve loops can then be used to move an object between the defined key positions. Putting this all together, this is what the feet running animation looks like. Yeah, I noticed that you fixed it, but to see what went into it, I'm glad I scrolled up. Wow. And that makes stairs just like a breeze. Wow. See, I would have just like animated this and called it a day, but like, I mean, hey, it's worth it to like be able to adapt to like geometry like this. That's so cool. Look at that. That's really cool. This works well and would integrate cleanly with blending keyframes based on state, as an example, smoothly transitioning between distinct walking and running animations depending on total speed, similar to the Overgrowth in the Overgrowth Bootcamp. That said, I'll pause the animation and refocus on gameplay features for now. I found that in game development, I often get stuck spending time on visuals because it's something that can be continuously tweaked. It's important to stop and say, this is good enough, and move on to other features to maximize outcome versus effort. The cost of perfection is infinite, etc. Added dashing. I don't think I saw this either. I guess this is where the poofs came from, which I noted earlier, but this is where they first came from. And then basic camera collision. Oh no, maybe I did see this earlier. No, I watched this one. Well, I'm going to like everything in this thread now. This is coming along really nicely, Femi. It's certainly a bit better than updating the position of the arm spheres and leg spheres once every few frames. I don't know what N64 game that's supposed to be reminiscent of. Maybe Croc? I don't know. No, Croc had limbs, didn't he? But yeah. I can't wait to see where this goes. I mean, apparently level design is the next step, so we'll find out if you have as much fun with this. But this is cool. I think you can figure it out. If you can make feet, you can make cubes, is all I'm saying. But with that, I think we're done here. So, I'll see you guys in the morning, hopefully, if I can fucking wake up in time for the direct. And until then, I'll see you next time.